Hey you guys, it's me Shania and I'm back again with episode 2. I'm not really sure what I want to call this series, so if you have any suggestions, just leave me a comment and let me know. I'm thinking either thrift to treasure or thrift trash treasure. I'm really not sure, so I'm still working on it. In this episode, I'm going to be taking this skirt that I got at the Unique Thrift store in Brooklyn. This skirt made its debut in this video right here, my thrift haul video, so definitely check it out. I'm going to be trying to transform it into an off-the-shoulder top with a choker attached to it. So let's get into it. The first thing you want to do is you want to try on your skirt and you want to make a mark where you want your shirt to end, and then you're going to just draw a straight line across where you placed your pin. And the easiest way to do that is just line up the bottom of the skirt so that it matches the pin, and then you're going to draw another line for seam allowance, and then you're just going to cut along the seam allowance line. Save that bottom piece for later, and then you're going to turn this part inside out and you're just going to hem the bottom, so this is going to be the body of your shirt. So it should look like this. Then after that, you're going to take the bottom part of the skirt and you're just going to open it up so that you can have one flat layer of fabric. Yay for seam ripping. So it should look like this once it's opened. And then you're just going to cut it into 2 pieces. And then you're going to hem both pieces. And then you're going to fold it in half, and then you're just going to sew about midway up. And these are going to be your sleeves. And then it should look like this, and you're just going to take the elastic out. And then what I did was I just took my sleeves and I measured how much was open. And so it was about 7 inches, and so then I made a mark on the body of my shirt so that I would know where to stop opening the side seams. And then I just ironed it flat so that the elastic casing was nice and neat and flat. Then you want to arrange the body of your shirt so that the armhole, basically that slit opening, is in the center like a little V. And you're basically just going to make a curve so that you can attach your ring to this curve. Now, if you don't have a curve ruler, you can use like another shirt that has a curve on it, or just eyeball it. And then you're going to add a seam allowance line, and then you're just going to cut along that seam allowance line. And then once you open it back up the right way, it'll look like this. Now we want to make the pattern for the back of our shirt, so we're just going to take another piece of the fabric and we're just going to make a pattern for that bottom piece, for that back piece, sorry. And the easiest way to do it is to just trace a strap from a shirt that you already have, because it has the perfect shape in my opinion. And then you're just going to elongate that line up to the pin. And then you're gonna go straight across, and then to make sure that it's symmetrical, you're gonna fold it in half, and then you're going to add a seam allowance line around the pattern that you drew, and then you're just going to cut along that seam allowance line, and it should look like this. And then you're basically going to attach that back pattern to your shirt, and the way to do that is to make sure it's in the middle of the back of the shirt, and you are going to pin it down. You're going to make sure that the right sides are facing, and then you're just going to sew across. And that should look like this. And then now you want to attach your sleeves, but before we do that, we want to make a curve. So we're just going to line up the sleeves to the back of the shirt and then draw a curve like this, and then we're going to just cut it out so that we have a curve just on one layer of each sleeve. Then you want to connect the sleeves to the body of the shirt. First, you want to make sure that the body of your shirt is inside out and that the sleeve is right side out. Then you're going to put your sleeve inside of the body of your shirt. And then once you do that, you'll have right sides facing. So right sides of the sleeve facing the right side of the body of the shirt. And then you're just going to pin the opening of the sleeve along the opening of the armhole. And then you're just going to sew about a 1/2 inch in from the edge all around. So like a sort of U shape or V shape. And you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side, and it should look like this. Woohoo! Then you're going to open up your shirt, turn it back on the right side, and this is what it will look like. To know how much elastic you'll need, you want to measure the circumference around your upper body, including your arms. Then you're going to cut out a piece of elastic that is that total measurement of your shoulders. Then you're going to cut the elastic in half after you've finished. And then you're going to take one of those halves and you're going to fold it in half. And then you're going to mark the middle, the half point, with a pin. And then you're going to take the top of the elastic and line it up with the top of the front of the shirt. And then you're going to take the pin and line it up to the middle of the sleeve, and then you're going to take the other end of the elastic and line it up to the top of the back of the shirt. And then you're just going to sew the elastic to the edge, and you just want to stretch the elastic so that it can gather the fabric, and you want to use a zigzag stitch. So it should look like this. Now to create your casing, you're just going to fold it over, and then you're going to stretch while you sew, and this time you're going to use a straight stitch. And it will look like this, just beautiful. Now for that fancy ring part of the top, I just bought some bracelets from my local dollar store, and I'm going to use the whole stack as the ring. So to attach the ring to your shirt, you're basically going to take your shirt, turn it inside out, and you're going to put the front part of the shirt over the loop, like cover it like so, and then you're going to pin it down, and then you're going to hand stitch it. Then you want to cut out a piece of fabric that is 15 inches wide and 3.5 inches long, and this is going to be to make our choker. Cut out another piece of fabric that is 1 1/4 inches wide and 2.5 inches long, and this will be to connect the ring. So you want to hem all edges of both patterns, and it will look like this. Now you're going to take the choker pattern and you're going to fold it in half so that you can find the midpoint, and you're going to attach the other pattern to that midpoint of the choker. Then you want to take the top of the back part of your shirt and you want to turn it so that the wrong side is facing the wrong side of the choker, and you're just going to pin it down to the edge of the choker, and then you're just going to hand sew both of these pieces that we just pinned. Then we're going to create a loop around our ring, and then we're going to fold the top of the choker over, and then we're gonna pin everything in place. Then we're gonna sew along the bottom of the choker as well as the sides. And then when you're done, it will look like this. And as you can see, that's how it will form around your neck. So we're basically done. The last thing you want to do is create a closure, so you could either attach Velcro or you can install a button and a buttonhole like I did. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode and you think that this is definitely thrift to treasure, then leave me a comment and let me know, or just hit that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!